how to trade CPI, PPI, and all of these big movements on gold. I'm gonna provide you in this video some guidance on how I was trading this week 2 times the news in a very successful way where I made 0 losses. Now, most people will always say, yeah, news trading is gambling and has nothing to do with real trading. But I'm gonna show you in this video that this cannot even be true on what these type of traders always claim. All right. With that being said, guys, let's get it right into the video and let's smash it. By the way, for everyone who doesn't know me, my name is Darius. I'm already 6 years in this business, and I'm gonna share with you right now this powerful method regarding news trading. So I'm gonna go over some theories first, and then I'm also gonna show you an example plus some results from my own trading accounts, because I'm also always forecasting the news trading that I'm doing to my inner circle members. I'm always sharing them a quick Loom video and also a quick analysis chart with the potential movements for the news event. All right, so let's just get started with the theory, because this was the news from Thursday from this week. But let me just show you on why most people are scared of news trading, but also a little bit why news trading is gonna work out. The thing is, or why people are always skeptical with news trading, is that they claim that smart money, that the market makers are here to manipulate price aggressively during a specific time when some economic data will be presented. And yes, that's to a degree true, but as everything, there is some more to it. It's not just like this, that because we got right now PPI or CPI, and due to the data that comes out, the market is gonna be bullish or bearish. Also, from my point of view, there is not a clean way to always predict the direction just by looking at the numbers alone, because the numbers will actually dictate the longevity of the trend or a potential trend reversal. This is something which you might be able to analyze, but very important, what you gotta understand is that those numbers that come out at those certain time doesn't need to be the true numbers. The market always reacts based on emotions at the end. This is why it's gonna move aggressively, but it can also change in the next couple of hours or in the next couple of days if the data was some fake news or some wrong number or whatsoever. The market can adapt that very quickly. So this is why I would not pay too much attention on the numbers. Me, myself, I'm not even considering the numbers at all. Sometimes, yes, of course, and it's also good if you have it a little bit in your mind, what kind of numbers you've had prior to the last big event and so on, and you can actually kind of make small predictions. But the entire thing on what I'm focusing on is the technicals. Why only on the technicals? Now, the thing is, people would now say again, okay, but if you're looking on the technicals, then what you will see most of the times is that buyers and sellers will lose it. How often have you had that one moment in trading? So you entered on a news day, and then your position got stopped out. And after the stop out, you entered then in the opposite direction, or even on the same trade again, and again you've lost it. That is the nature of news trading. It's super volatile. It's moving up and down the entire time. But this is exactly the thing that we're going to use right now as our big advantage. Because if we know the characteristic of a news event, then you can actually trade it very successful. And now let me just put it one step further. This is something which would have happened anyway. All right, and this is probably the point where most traders will disagree. But I'm going to show you that the market works basically the entire time on the same principle. The only difference with news is the speed. And the speed is something good. But also you got one big disadvantage with news. You have a very big range. So normally if you want to trade that type of setup, you need to have a very big stop loss. but also the price is gonna move faster, and the TP ranges are also gonna be bigger. At the end, I would still say that with news trading, you will make a little bit less money compared to an entire day of trading. 100%. So I don't usually do more money when I'm news trading, simply because of I cannot always understand perfectly how big the range is gonna be. Now on gold, a news event alone can be up to hundreds of pips, and that is big, right? So I'm not gonna target then 300 pips because that is way too big. So I'm looking for a 1-to-1, maximum 1 to 2 risk reward. And normally in my trading, I'm going for 1 to 2 up to 1 to 3 risk reward. So you see, with news, I have to decrease it. But of course, I'm also faster finished with my trading day. All right, let me just show you now on how market works, because you gotta also change your perspective a little bit with market structure and liquidity. When you have a market, right now, let's just say this is how the market is moving, and you have right now here a bearish order flow. What can happen right now when you got the news event? Well, most of the times it's gonna actually run the lows to then run all these highs, because you have right now liquidity build up on the buy side and the low side. It's actually irrelevant at the end which direction is going to happen next, because it could go up, then go lower, or it could go lower and then go up. And this is the tricky part of it, because most people try always to get into the trade before the event, and that is not okay. You should always go in the trade when you have the candle already printing. So for me, sometimes I just wait a couple of seconds and I see that the price taps into my liquidity points. So for me, I'm always mapping out my POIs that I have. And those POIs have to be something on the higher time frame. I'm not using some lower time frame liquidity. I'm using some higher time frame liquidity. So in this case here, this could be a higher time frame point, or this down below can be some higher time frame point. All I'm waiting for is for price to tap into it, and then I'm looking for some entry confirmation, such as an M1 break of structure. That would be even better if you would see then something like this, so you can actually then take the trade. Of course, can be risky sometimes, but you can eventually even consider taking the trade directly when that happened. Still, your stop loss gotta be quite big, because the range or how far the price could still move is sometimes very big. And on gold, you will need probably around 50 to 100 pip stop loss every single time. I'm trying to go lower if possible, but it's not gonna work every time. All right. So this is kind of the trick at the end. It's just for you to wait for price to come into your POIs and not for you just executing directly. Still, there is a way to anticipate when price is gonna go in which direction. I did that, for instance, today. I used very reduced risk and so on. I was risking around 2,000 euro for the trade, and at the end I was going for a 1-to-1 only. That was the maximum that I went for. So it was not a crazy trade, but I knew the potential direction, or at least I knew my probabilities. So I'm gonna guide you through this as well today. So one more time, stay calm, stay patient before the news release, and only execute if the price taps into a POI, which you would also use normally. Most of the people are always super emotionally driven when they got the news event, and they all have this gambling mindset, and they believe, oh, I have to do now something, but no, you don't. So let's have a look right now on this example from Thursday. We had here the news at 2:30 Austria time. I can also use right now for you the New York time, so you can actually better understand it, which is 8:30. And we can see what price did at that day. Normally, and that is also interesting market behavior, is the market is super slow prior news. Also, there are scenarios when the market is moving more fast, sometimes more slow, but usually prior the news, it's a very manipulative price action. Still, at that day, I was able to catch a beautiful long during the London session, and I just have to go back to the time because I'm not familiar right now with the New York, with the New York zone. But for me here, what I've seen was that the price broke some structure right here, and that was exactly when I did took, for instance, my first long at that day. Closed it prior the news because I didn't knew what is gonna happen, and I want to wait. Very important. That's what you gotta do. And now the interesting thing is most people now will understand, all right, price already like grab liquidity, right, breaks structure, and it's forming this bullish order flow, right? Most of the traders are able to see that, right? They see BOS and so on. They see here the liquidity, right, which the price just provided them, and they all try to hop on this bullish train. And let me tell you what, I mapped out, and that was also my forecast, this liquidity point and this liquidity point down below here, we're at even two. Doesn't matter which one is gonna get validated. I was looking for an open, I was looking for price to trade towards that level, and then for me to execute and to trade the opposite side of it. And that's exactly what it did. And it was crazy because it just dropped, and the range of the news candle was quite aggressive. I mean, in this case was insane, 200 pips. So yeah, quite heavy, but it dropped first down, came all the way back up, and then I entered in this candle during that candle. So when we've been already somewhere in this area, I used reduced risk, and I was targeting exactly this high. Still, what you see, price went up higher, created some liquidity, and that would have been a beautiful re-entry opportunity. For me, that was not something that I was looking for, but beautiful long, closed here at this high, very beautiful trade. And then for me, the entire dynamic change, was on the higher time frame like this. I mean, I was already looking for this, even if there wouldn't not be any news that the price is going to be bullish for today. So what happened later on, price grabbed this liquidity and then again broke structure, and I entered here for a second entry, and I targeted again the highs. Very important is, don't try to be the superhero when you're trading news. I'm not trying to actually go for too many pips or whatsoever, and for me, I'm just closing at the next external form of liquidity because it's quite tricky to exit those things. So it's better to close, because look at this, what happens, price again goes lower. Yes, later on goes up higher, but then again goes lower. In this case here, this is a massive order block on the 1 hour time frame, which the price is just tapping into a few times, as you can see. And it's totally fine that it's doing it, but I don't want to be during those drawdowns the entire time in the market. I want to be quick in it and also quick out of the trade. All right, then also today we had some news, and in this case I took the short. So this was again at the same time, New York time 8:30. Price opened up, in this case it was bullish, right? And I took this short, and then afterwards the long. All right, what was here my plan? Like the forecast, I can show you everything. I shared it with my inner circle. I'm just gonna put it here. And the thing is, I was looking on the 1 hour time frame. I had already prior analyzed everything. So let me just use the backtesting tool here. I've seen price tapping already here into this order block here, right? This was like the order flow from the price. That's why I was the entire time anyways expecting price to go up. Also here on that day, I traded this bullish candle, right? This 1 hour bullish candle is what I traded, and I closed exactly at the top. Then price went lower, grabbed here some internal liquidity to tap into the order block, pushed up higher from here, and then it was on the way to the liquidity at the top. It hit it already then during the 2 o'clock. And my PPI and everything was then here this wick. This wick, and also like in general this candle. So on the M1, this is when I've seen that prior to news, we've been so bullish, right? We've been very far away from the order block, right? You see here also, for everyone who doesn't know what an order block is and so on, it's like basically here, those movements from here till here. This is why it's not necessary to use the entire thing. You can only use this, and it's gonna be already quite helpful for you to understand things better. And my idea was then pretty simple, just to expect from here price to then go up. But first I did took the shorts because we've been in what? In this liquidity, right? Which is again a POI for me, also for the news. The news event itself grabbed some liquidity on the M1, but this is not what we're trying to do. I explained that to you at the beginning of this video. The higher time frame liquidity points is what you can use as reference, not the lower time frame. Lower time frame is just here to manipulate you. This is exactly what happens here. It's just a manipulation itself. So price is pushing up higher. And when I've seen this, I was like, right, this is a fake move. So the first time when price drops lower, I knew already, okay, it's gonna drop. So I entered in a short, and I was only targeting here the start of this order block, right? Like this is the push down, and that was all I was looking to target. From here then I was like, all right, I'm expecting the buys because it has to take now this external, because overall we are bullish. That's why I want to see. This was just a pullback just to come into the order block. And now as soon as I've seen price breaking some structure, I was like, all right, for me it's valid to take the longs, and I was targeting the high. That's it. Was a very simple trade. I will show you also here the results and the forecast from the Discord that we have with the inner circle, and then you can actually better reference how we trade, how we do things, and how powerful these things are at the end. Because if you know what you're doing, then trading is gonna get very simple for you. All right, so that was the 2 trading days from this week where it was easy to trade the news. I'm not saying it's every single time like this, but this was a very good point. It's a pattern, it's a concept at the end which repeats itself almost every single time. You got to use your brain a little bit to understand, all right, if this is the POI for shorts, if this is the POI for longs, and so on. And the moment when you're not really sure about what to expect from the market, it's better for you to not consider the trade already. So I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. It was a more educational form to showcase you how I trade in the inner circle with my students, how we're doing these kind of things, and also showing you that news trading is not gambling. And I'm not trading news like you probably thought before, like actively prior the news event. Those kind of setups are also possible and has a lot to do with the POIs that we have. And if you're interested, guys, to learn more out of this, to know more perspectives to how we trade, because this was just a small thing on how we trade, there's much more that you can use, which is going to help you to be more profitable, more consistent. And the most important thing is actually to tell you if you should even trade today or not. Most traders don't have a problem that they will not find any setups. They have a problem to understand what an A+ setup is and what a low probability setup is. And in this case, this is why I traded both of these events, because they've been high quality, right? Otherwise, I would also not trade this specific setups. And yeah, with that being said, if you're interested, check out the link in the description, and I hope to see you soon in the inner circle. Bye bye.